let's review chocolate and peanut butter cereal updates. Is there a better flavor combination than peanut butter and chocolate? Can updating a well-loved cereal with peanut butter or chocolate or both take our breakfast to the next level? Friends, time to eat some cereal. Happy birthday, everybody. Welcome to Cerealsly, where we take cereal seriously. My name is Alex, and I eat and review hundreds of cereals a year with episodes every single week in order to help you get the most out of your cereal experience. Today on Cerealsly, we're lumping 3 cereals together around a topic of 2 flavors, peanut butter and chocolate. Now, none of these cereals are brand new, but instead each put an updated twist on their classic brands with either one or both of those classic flavors. So let me show you what we got. First, we have Kellogg's Cocoa Loops. Breaking free of the fruit flavors of the Loops cage, Toucan Sam seems very excited to be trying something new here. Visually, these look a lot like our dearly departed Oreo O's, which last year got replaced by Puffs. Maybe Kellogg's is trying to take advantage of that chocolate O's vacuum by releasing these? If so, and if they're good, that would be brilliant. Next, we have the peanut butter side with Cinnamon Toast Crunch peanut butter. Variations on this same cereal popped up in 2004 and then again in 2013, but this seems like a great time to reintroduce it back into the Cinnamon Toast Crunch canon. I'm always curious when Cinnamon Toast Crunch adds a flavor to their normal cereal about how well it will play with the default cinnamon. We'll have to see if it changes the level of heat or mildness and whether peanut butter and cinnamon go well together. I feel like they would. Finally, we have both the peanut butter and the chocolate combo in these new dark chocolate Reese's Puffs. These look gorgeous. Reese's Puffs has been around for more than 30 years. They were released in 1994, but they have never had dark chocolate before. Now, last year's peanut butter lovers Reese's Puffs were fine, but I thought they tasted exactly the same as normal. So I am really hoping that this dark chocolate is something different. Deeper flavor, bolder flavor, maybe. So here they are, pretty maids all in a row. And I want to use all of my cereal experience to help you decide if you need a bowl of updated peanut butter and chocolate cereals. Hey, listen, if you made it this far in the video, you deserve a dark chocolate update of your own. But would you do me one more favor? Would you like this video and subscribe to the channel? Maybe even leave a comment with what cereal we should look at together in a future episode. Doing any one of those things would really help me out. And also, before we dive into the review, I want to give you a heads up that I've got a big announcement coming next week. So for you true fans who even watched this far, I don't want you to miss watching next week, okay? All right, friends, I think I am ready. I have got my bowls. I have got my spoon. I have got my trusty 1% milk. And of course, I've got the cereal of the hour. I do think I'm going to go in the order that I introduced them. So let's start with Cocoa Loops. Let's pour these out, see what they look like in a bowl. Wow, very dark. Not what I expected at all. And immediately a milk chocolate scent coming off of them. Pretty good start. I gotta say, the magic to me of Fruit Loops is the fruit flavor, so I'm not sure what to expect with these. So let's not wait any longer. Let's give a try to Cocoa Loops Dry. Boy, this really makes me wonder. The texture of these does not seem familiar to me as the texture of regular Fruit Loops. Do you think they changed the grain makeup or the texture in some other way? Why wouldn't they just make it the same and then spray chocolate on it? Or maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this is the exact same thing. But I gotta tell you, the chocolate's only okay. If you had told me that this was just a generic chocolate cereal, I would have believed it. The fact that this is from Kellogg's using the Loops name and Toucan Sam, this cereal does not seem worthy of those things. Maybe if we put some milk on it, that'll change my tune. Let's do that now. All right, let us give a try to Cocoa Loops in milk. Yeah, these are fine. They are better in milk. I will give them that. The milk washes away a little bit of the bitterness of the chocolate and brings out a salty balance that I really like. So like most chocolate cereals, don't eat this one dry. Definitely have it in milk. I'm trying to see if even in the short time I've had it in there, whether or not it's changing the milk to be chocolatey. And it is a little bit. I can see the chocolatiness coming off into it, turning a little bit brown. I feel like Kellogg's always goes way overboard in their images to show how richly the color is going to change, whether that's chocolate or some other color that they're expecting you to see. Look at how dark that chocolate milk is. I don't think there's anything that I could do to make this milk that chocolatey just from swizzling it around in this cereal. But now that I've talked for a few seconds, let's try it and see what the milk tastes like now. It's okay. Again, though, I think my overarching thought is that this does not deserve to be in the official Loops family. And yeah, I am fully convinced that these are not the same grain makeup as regular Fruit Loops. I might be wrong, but I'm searching for familiarity and I'm not finding it. I'm going to put these to the side and go on to our next cereal. Next, we have Cinnamon Toast Crunch Peanut Butter. Let's pour these in a bowl. Wow, these have a hugely peanut butter scent, and they're a beautiful, like, orangey bronzed Cinnamon Toast Crunch look. I really like that. They share, of course, the same texture and cinnamon swirl as normal Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I'm really glad for that. They didn't mess with anything else except the flavor, and so let's try it. Let's give Cinnamon Toast Crunch Peanut Butter a try dry. Interesting. Well, right off the bat, let me tell you, the combination of peanut butter and cinnamon is fantastic. In fact, it's so good that it's inspiring me to want to try this next time I make a PB&J, sprinkle a little cinnamon on it. They really are an excellent partnership. I will say that this leans more heavily onto the real peanut taste of a natural peanut butter than the sugary sweetness, say, of like a Jif or a Skippy. That's really surprising. I did not expect this cereal to lean on natural flavors, but that's what they did. I am really curious about what milk will do, so let's pour some on and see what happens. All right, let's give a try to Cinnamon Toast Crunch Peanut Butter in milk. Wow. Holy cow, that is so good. The milk definitely takes it up an important notch. I am so impressed. I gotta have another bite. Wow, this combination is genuinely excellent. I am so happy about that. You know, this cereal did right what Cocoa Loops did wrong. They did exactly the same thing as usual and added a complementary flavor. The Cocoa Loops changed too much. I, again, am convinced that they changed the loops themselves, but then they went completely away from the fruitiness and it did not pay off. So this is a giant step up from that. All right, let's finish up this sequence by trying both flavors, peanut butter and chocolate. Let's pour these out in a bowl. Ooh, wow, these look phenomenal. They really just look like a high contrast version of regular Reese's Puffs, which makes sense. They truly went darker with at least the look of the dark chocolate pieces here. Boy, I'm excited to try these. Let's give a try to dark chocolate Reese's Puffs dry. Ooh, wow, wow, wow. These taste like a grown-up version of Reese's Puffs. I have always said Reese's Puffs is a young man's game, but maybe this opens it up to a more mature and sophisticated crowd like us. Definitely a deeper, a darker flavor to the chocolate. Not all that much. So if you're like, I don't like dark chocolate, I don't think this would turn you off, but it does have like more fullness to the chocolate flavor. Let's put some milk on it, see what that does. Wow, I think it's even more beautiful in the milk. So let's give a try to dark chocolate Reese's Puffs in milk. Wow, what a cereal. Geez, I'm really relieved. Again, last year's Peanut Butter Lovers cereal tasted exactly the same as regular Reese's Puffs to me. So I'm so glad. This one genuinely tastes different and new and interesting to me. Let me give it one more try. Yum. Again, this cereal did it right. They took something we love and put just a little spin on it so that it's novel, it's a curiosity, it's interesting, and you can enjoy it as such without feeling like you're betraying your first love, which is, of course, normal Reese's Puffs. Wow, I think everyone should try this just for a new and interesting spin on the classic. All right, well, I think all that's left is to give all three of these a rating out of 5. Well, friends, we have done it all. We talked, we ate, we took every facet of taste and texture into consideration, and now it's enough. Let's go through these and give my final verdict. Let's start with the Cocoa Loops. I was not impressed. I'm going to go ahead and give these a 1 out of 5. Just stick with your regular Fruit Loops and other chocolate cereals that you might enjoy. These are not worth it to me, and I wouldn't get them again. Next, we have the Cinnamon Toast Crunch Peanut Butter. This is exactly the opposite story. I think you should go get these right away. I am going to rate these a solid 3.5 out of 5. I know some of you love these because you've already written in to tell me that, and I think that's awesome. They are well deserving of a return this year, and I'm so glad for those of you who really, really love these. My peanut butter friends out there will be quite happy. Not only with that one, but with this one as well. Reese's Puffs Dark Chocolate, I think, is today's winner. I'm going to give these a 4 out of 5. The dark chocolate just adds a new layer to the cereal you already love. The peanut butter is still very prominent in these. If you're a Reese's Puffs fan, I think you have got to get out and give these a try. Plus, can we just give a little more credit to how beautiful this box is? They did great with the design. If you want to try any of today's cereal for yourself, I got all 3 of these at my local Walmart, who is just killing it with new cereal releases this year so far. And listen, I'd love to spend even more cereal time together, and YouTube thinks you're going to enjoy the videos that are on screen right now. So check those out while you're waiting for our brand new episode next week. Until then, never be soggy, my friends. Bye-bye.